Do you have any recommendations on how to get volunteer experience? Forget about cybersecurity. Put that out of your mind for a second. Focus on IT. If you have no experience at all, your computer that's sitting in front of you, how does this thing work? That's where you should be focused on. So if you're starting from scratch, where do you get experience? First of all, you got to know what you're doing. And that right there, you can be self-taught. You can go to school. I would recommend maybe taking a class or something like that. But let's say you don't want to rack up a bunch of loan. You don't have to have a degree to get in this field, by the way. But if you want to be self-taught, there's several areas that you can do it. The internet, YouTube has the best training that you're going to find. Another one's Udemy. Udemy is pretty cheap. I mean, and then you can go to people like myself that have free courses. I have free stuff all over the internet telling you from scratch how to do a lot of this stuff. You need to learn how a computer works. So if you can get to a point where you know how hardware works, so you can configure your own computer, right? Start with your own system, your own phone. Configure it how you want. Set up the firewall. Set up your own router. Learn how to set up your own network in your house. Be the go-to person in your house where you're teaching everybody else in the house how to connect to the network. What's broken, fix it, troubleshoot. Learn how to do all that kind of stuff. But A+ certification is kind of a next level thing. Try for something like the A+ certification. They've got another certification you could take before the A+. This is the fundamentals. CompTIA IT Fundamentals. Go for this certification so that you can actually know what the common body of knowledge is. Before you even get to cybersecurity, you need to know basic IT stuff. As you're learning basics of information system, a computer, you're going to learn the security on the way. You have to learn the basics first, like how the CPU works with the RAM, works with the storage. Basic stuff. If you have a good foundation, then you can move on to the next level. Now, as far as the actual experience, you can get that from your local community. You can volunteer for free to set up somebody's networks. Like you could go to your church and be like, hey, you know, let me set up you guys' network. Let me see if you guys have a firewall there. I actually know how to do this. Can I run a scan? Like by the time you actually offer your services, you'll know what a scan is. Offer your free services. You might be like, Bruce, I don't want to do stuff for free, man. What are you talking about? Experience equals money. The more experience you can get, the more money you can ask for, right? You gotta have the experience first. Experience over everything. And then let's say you've gotten further along, right? And now you're at a point where you have the A+ certification. You have maybe a Security Plus. You have an associate's degree. Now you know how to do it. You've got some experience. Now what you can do, you can go and get an internship. And those are on Indeed.com, on LinkedIn.com, on Monster.com. You got to put your resume out. You put your resume out and say, I'm looking for an internship. And then you've got your foot in the door after that, because you can list all of that stuff on your resume. You put it on your resume. You work at an internship for like 6 months. Now you can get an entry-level position in IT. This is going to take hard work and effort because you're asking people to trust you with their information. And some of their information is critical. You got to put the work in.